Hi friends, this is the math lesson for second grade. This is Unit 5, Lesson 5. We are going to complete page 239 and 240 today. We are going to start by making a picture graph with some data that I collected last week when you guys filled out that Google form. So you need a pencil. You also need 4 crayons or colored pencils if you have them accessible. You don't have to choose the same exact colors that I did. I chose a red, a green, a blue, and a purple. So if you need to pause the video and go find those colors, you can either use crayons or colored pencils, like I said. It just makes your graphs a little easier to look at. All right, so the data that we are going to use is called favorite pizza. So at the top, go ahead and write favorite pizza. Now, I know that some of you didn't have your favorite pizza on there necessarily because I couldn't put a million different choices, but we're just going to pretend that it's called favorite pizza because that's what you liked the most. The options were cheese, pepperoni, which you might have to write a little smaller. Then we have Hawaiian, which was ham and pineapple. And we have sausage. So I'll give you a couple minutes to write those down. Okay, if you need to pause the video and continue writing, please do that. We're going to keep on going. So for a picture graph, you get to choose some sort of little symbol to draw for each of the votes. Now, you can really draw anything you want. I like to keep things simple. I typically use like a circle, but since we're doing pizza, I'm going to switch it up. And I'm actually going to draw a little upside down triangle for each vote because it's kind of like a piece of pizza, right? So grab your first color that you're going to use, and cheese had 8 votes. Now, before you start, remember that whichever symbol you choose for your picture graph, you have to use for each different type of pizza. So all of your symbols are going to be the same. So don't choose something that's like overly complicated. Don't choose like a whale or a giraffe to draw because you're going to have to draw it 16 times. So if you want to just do a circle, that's great. If you want to do an upside down triangle just to make it a little more fun, that's fine too. So cheese had 8 votes. So I'm going to draw in eight triangles. And sometimes I like to work backwards. Let me show you what I mean. For pepperoni, we had 6 votes. So sometimes I like to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I like to work backwards. That way I know that when I get to 0, that is 0. So I'm not going to go ahead. I'm just going to go backwards. All right, so 6 for pepperoni, 8 for cheese. We had one friend in our class that liked Hawaiian pizza, which is ham and pineapple. So grab your next color. And then for our last one, we also had one friend that liked sausage pizza. So go ahead and draw one of your symbols for sausage. Okay, so make sure that your picture graph looks like mine, but remember, you can use any symbol you want. Again, I did the upside down triangles just to make them look like pizza. We know that we had 8 votes for cheese, 6 votes for pepperoni, 1 vote for Hawaiian, and 1 vote for sausage. All right, so we could answer all kinds of questions about this picture graph, but that's not our focus today. Our focus is to take this information and turn it into a bar graph. So, first of all, we're going to use the same title. It's called Favorite Pizza. We have the same types of pizza. So we have cheese, sausage, pepperoni. Oops, I said them out of order. Cheese, pepperoni, Hawaiian, and sausage. So go ahead and write those down. Now, if you need to keep writing, go ahead and pause the video to do that. All right, now you will notice one little difference about a bar graph. A bar graph can be horizontal or vertical. This is a horizontal one, which means our bars are going to go this way, just like our picture graph. But at the very bottom of this page, we have some little lines. And what these little lines are these are the numbers of the bars. So if you don't have anything, you have 0. If we were to go to this line, so just have this thing colored in, we would have 1. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to write the numbers from 0 to 10. All right, now grab those crayons or colored pencils again. You are going to use the same color you used for cheese up here, down here. And this time, instead of drawing a triangle, we are going to make a bar for our bar graph. So when I make my bars for my bar graphs, I always like to count first. That way I don't go further than I need to go. So I know that cheese had 8 from above. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know that I'm going to color in each of these boxes, rectangles, with my crayon. I like to personally turn my paper this way and color side to side, going back towards my 0. So go ahead and do that now. Color in your cheese bar. So there we have our first bar completed on our bar graph. All right, now grab your second color if you're ready. And we had 6 pepperoni, so I'm matching my purple with my purple. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then I'm going to turn my paper so I can color. So each of these little rectangles represents 1 vote. And go ahead and continue with sausage and Hawaiian. Sausage and Hawaiian. So when you are done, your bar graph should look like this. Now, we could answer and ask all kinds of questions based on this graph. We are going to save that for our small groups, but we could ask questions like, how many more people liked cheese than pepperoni? How many people voted in all? Which two types of pizza had the same number? We could ask all that by looking at this bar graph. Now, you could answer all those same questions by looking at your picture graph too. And maybe you like picture graphs better. Maybe they're easier for you to read and figure out information, but we're going to focus on really reading about our bar graphs, getting information from the bar graphs. However, we will be using this during small groups, so make sure you bring this when you come to your small group today if you have one. And for the rest of our lesson, you guys have some addition and subtraction to do. So I would like you, when I say go, you're going to pause the video, you're going to answer all 22 of these math problems. You have 11 subtraction and, 11 addition and 11 subtraction. You will probably need to write the top 3 for each section up and down because it makes them easier to solve. So please pause the video. When you are ready, you may unpause and check your answers. Good luck, my friends. All right, my friends, here are all your addition problems. Go ahead and check those. All right, and here are your subtraction problems. Go ahead and check those. All right, my friends, like I said, we will answer some questions about our graphs in our small groups. And that is it for our recorded lesson. We'll see you later, friends. Great job.